Good evening, you're watching the prime time on Hornbill TV. Let's have a look at the news headlines. 3 passengers who arrived from Saudi Arabia to Pakistan's Karachi airport exhibited symptoms of monkeypox during medical screening. ARY News reported on Sunday, quoting Karachi airport sources. The Supreme Court is likely to hear the anticipatory bail plea of Malayalam actor Siddiqui on a rape case after the Kerala High Court rejected his bail plea on September 24. A Bengaluru court has directed the Tilak Nagar police to file a first information report against Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, following allegations of her involvement in extorting money through the now defunct Electoral bonds. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge became unwell while addressing a public gathering in Jammu and Kashmir's Kathua on Sunday. The BJP suspended 3 of its leaders on Saturday after they were found involved in anti-party activities ahead of the 3rd phase of polling in Jammu and Kashmir. Let's have a look at the news in detail. 3 passengers who arrived from Saudi Arabia to Pakistan's Karachi airport exhibited symptoms of monkeypox during medical screening. ARY News reported on Sunday, quoting Karachi airport sources. ARY News stated that the passengers have been transferred to the Sindh Government Hospital in NIPA area for further evaluation. Airport authorities disinfected the immigration area and walkways with sprays as a precautionary measure, the sources added. On September 20, a new suspected case of Mpox was reported at Jinnah International Airport morning when a passenger was admitted to a hospital for further evaluation. Sources indicate that the patient, a 26-year-old man from Abbottabad who arrived from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, was flagged for suspected Mpox during a health screening upon his arrival at the airport. The patient is said to be stable and that he is currently being monitored under medical supervision. The Supreme Court is likely to hear the anticipatory bail plea of Malayalam actor Siddiqui on a rape case after the Kerala High Court rejected his bail plea on September 24th. Siddiqui is currently absconding, for which the state police have issued a lookout notice. Meanwhile, it is expected that 2 superintendents of police of the special investigation team set up by the state government to probe the sexual assault allegations against the Malayalam actor in the wake of the release of the Hema Committee report would travel to New Delhi. CPIM leader and chief of the Kerala Women's Commission, Vadakara P. Sathidevi, told the media persons on Sunday that Kerala High Court dismissed the petition considering the seriousness of the complaint.
കേരള പോലീസ് കാട്ടിയ ജാഗ്രതയോടുകൂടിയിട്ടുള്ള സമീപനത്തിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ടാണ് ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട കേരള ഹൈക്കോടതി മുമ്പാകെ സിദ്ദിഖിനെതിരായിട്ടുള്ള പരാതിയുടെ ഭാഗമായിട്ടുള്ള തെളിവുകൾ ഹാജരാക്കുകയും അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് മുൻകൂർ ജാമ്യം നിഷേധിക്കുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള സാഹചര്യം ഉണ്ടായിട്ടുള്ളത്. ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട കേരള ഹൈക്കോടതി ഈ കേസിൻ്റെ ഗൗരവാവസ്ഥ കണക്കിലെടുത്തുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെയാണ് മുൻകൂർ ജാമ്യം നിഷേധിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത്. ആ മുൻകൂർ ജാമ്യം നിഷേധിച്ചതിന് ശേഷം അദ്ദേഹത്തെ പിടിക്കുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടി, അറസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടി ലുക്കൌട്ട് നോട്ടീസ് പുറപ്പെടുവിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. കേരളത്തിനകത്തും പുറത്തും അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് എതിരായിട്ടുള്ള ലുക്കൌട്ട് നോട്ടീസ് ഇന്ന് ഉണ്ട് എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. നിയമത്തിന് വിധേയമായിക്കൊണ്ട് പ്രവർത്തിക്കാനുള്ള ഉത്തരവാദിത്വം തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും അദ്ദേഹത്തെ പോലുള്ള ഒരാളുടെ ഭാഗത്ത് നിന്നുണ്ടാവണം എന്നുള്ളതാണ് അതിനെ സംബന്ധിച്ച്. പോലീസ് എല്ലാ തരത്തിലുള്ള ജാഗ്രതയും കൈക്കൊണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ട് എന്നുള്ളതാണ് മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നത്. ഏത് സാഹചര്യത്തിലാണ് അദ്ദേഹം ഇങ്ങനെ മുങ്ങി നടക്കുന്നത് എന്നുള്ളത് എനിക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ല. കേരളത്തിലെ പോലീസ് കാട്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള വളരെ ഗൗരവതരമായിട്ടുള്ള ഇടപെടലിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ടാണ് സിദ്ദിഖിനെതിരായിട്ടുള്ള ആരോപണത്തിൽ ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട കേരള ഹൈക്കോടതി മുമ്പാകെ എല്ലാ തെളിവുകളും ഹാജരാക്കുകയും അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ മുൻകൂർ ജാമ്യാപേക്ഷ നിഷേധിക്കുകയും ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ളത്. അത് പോലീസിന്റെ ഭാഗത്തു നിന്നുള്ള ജാഗ്രതയുടെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് തന്നെയാണ് പ്രോസിക്യൂഷൻ ആ തരത്തിൽ ഇടപെട്ടിട്ടുള്ളത്. പിന്നെ എന്താണ് പോലീസിന്റെ ഒരു അത്താശയും ഈ കാര്യത്തിലുണ്ട് എന്ന് ഞാൻ കരുതുന്നില്ല. ദേശീയ വനിതാ കമ്മീഷൻ അംഗം ശ്രീമതി ദലീന കഴിഞ്ഞ ദിവസം കേരളത്തിൽ വന്നിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അവർ വരുന്നു എന്ന അറിയിപ്പ് കേരള വനിതാ കമ്മീഷന് കിട്ടിയതിനെ തുടർന്ന് കേരള വനിതാ കമ്മീഷൻ്റെ ചെയർപേഴ്സൺ എന്നുള്ള നിലയിൽ ഞാനും കമ്മീഷൻ അംഗങ്ങളും കമ്മീഷൻ്റെ ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥരും ഉൾപ്പെടെ അവരെ കാണാൻ വേണ്ടി ഗസ്റ്റ് ഹൗസിൽ പോയിരുന്നു. അവർക്ക് അറിയേണ്ടിയിരുന്നത് കേരള വനിതാ കമ്മീഷൻ ഹേമ കമ്മിറ്റി റിപ്പോർട്ട് മായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ടുകൊണ്ട് കൈക്കൊണ്ടിട്ടുള്ള നടപടികൾ എന്താണ് എന്നതിനെക്കുറിച്ചാണ്. ഞാൻ വളരെ വിശദമായിട്ട് ഞങ്ങൾ തുടക്കം മുതൽ WCC കേരള വനിതാ കമ്മീഷന് നൽകിയിട്ടുള്ള പരാതിയുടെ അടിസ്ഥാനത്തിൽ കംപ്ലൈൻറ്റിൻ്റെ അടിസ്ഥാനത്തിൽ 2021 മുതൽ ഞങ്ങൾ കൈക്കൊണ്ടിട്ടുള്ള നടപടികളെ സംബന്ധിച്ചെല്ലാം വിശദീകരിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്.
A Bengaluru court has directed the Tilaknagar police to file a first information report against Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman following allegations of her involvement in extorting money through the now defunct Electoral bonds. A petition was earlier submitted. Adarsh Iyer of the Janadikar Sangharsh Parishad to the Special Court of People's Representatives seeking action against the minister in relation to this. Karnataka Minister Priyank Kharge said that the Supreme Court has already said that the electoral bonds are illegal and unconstitutional. The same has been filed in Karnataka. There are instances where they have forced companies into quid pro quo, and the architect of all this is the finance minister, and that's what the complaint has said.
The Supreme Court has already told that the electoral bonds are illegal and unconstitutional, and the same has been filed here in Karnataka, and there are instances where they have forced companies in a quid pro quo, and the architect of all this is the finance minister. That's what the complainant has said. And the court has upheld for a complaint. The FIR is there. Let the investigation happen. What are they so scared of? Why will they react? They are the architects of this entire corruption, right? They are the beneficiaries, direct beneficiaries of this. So, no, yes, they got it as they got it wheeled as a money bill so that it doesn't go to Rajya Sabha itself. We have been crying, we have been telling on the top of voices, this is unconstitutional. There should be checks and balances with the electoral bonds, but who heard us? And when Supreme Court gave up this order, everything is tumbling out of everybody's closets now.
We'll be right back after a short break.
Do you know how HIV is transmitted? There are 4 ways. 1. Unprotected sex with an infected person. 2. Sharing of infected needles and syringes. 3. Infected mother to child. And 4. Infected blood transfusion.
Welcome back after the break. Let's look at more news in detail. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge became unwell while addressing a public gathering in Jammu and Kashmir's Kathua on Sunday. He was immediately assisted by party leaders. However, later he returned back to his speech and said that the fight to restore statehood will continue. Kharge said that he was 83 years old but is not going to die so early and will stay alive till PM Modi is removed from power. Mallikarjun Kharge was campaigning in Kathwa's Jasrota ahead of the third phase of elections in Jammu and Kashmir.
सरकार आने पर आतंकवाद हम खत्म करेंगे और कांग्रेस अगर हुकूमत में आई आतंकवाद बढ़ेगा।
होगा हाँ आप बोल दीजिए हाँ आराम कर लीजिए आप बोल दीजिए सर इसको आप बोल दीजिए हाँ आप शुरू कर दीजिए इधर 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 इधर
जय जवान
आप सबको
जय किसान
हमारे शहीद हेड कांस्टेबल को श्रद्धांजलि देने के लिए मैं प्रार्थना करता हूं आप अपने स्थान पर खड़े होके हमारे वो शहीद हेड कांस्टेबल को श्रद्धांजलि 2 मिनट की
Bihar has issued alert for floods following the release of water from Valmiki Nagar and Birpur barrages on Saturday. According to reports, as many as 13.5 lakh people in 13 districts have been severely affected. Rivers have been overflowing in north and central Bihar following heavy showers in the catchment area over the last 3 days. The authorities have issued a high alert after several areas that were inundated, as can be seen in the visuals. Rivers flowing above danger mark include Gangdak, Kosi, Bagmati, Burhi, Gandak, Kamla Balan and Mahananda and Ganga that have caused flood-like situations in 31 blocks of 8 districts of North Bihar. In East Champaran, closure of all schools was announced till September 29 amid possibility of heavy rains.
हम लोग जा रहे हैं जहाँ की ऊंचा मिलेगा रोड पर जा रहे हैं। घर में तो पानी घुस गया है।
घर में पूरा पानी आ चुका है।
पानी आ चुका है, सब कुछ भीग गया। घर में चावल दाल जितना था, कपड़ा बस्तर सब एकदम भीग गया। रहने का अच्छी न है कहूँ घर पर।
ये पानी कहाँ से आया है?
पानी आया है परमान नदी हम लोग का बगल में है। हाँ। वो फेंक दिया है।
वो पूरा पानी जो है आज ये कौन सा गांव है? ये
बगवा गांव है।
तो पूरे गांव के लोग जो यहाँ सब कहाँ जा रहे हैं?
ये रोड पर जाएंगे।
रोड पे जा रहे हैं।
मेन रोड पर।
क्या नाम हुआ आपका?
हमारे नाम तराचंद मुखिया।
As many people struggle with flood water, RJD leader Rohini Acharya criticized the Nitish Kumar-led Bihar government and stated that it was asleep. She said that the government should have provided funds and given compensations. She demanded that the flood be declared a national disaster.
बोल रहे हैं बाढ़ की स्थिति कितना भयावह है। वहाँ पे आम जनता की क्या जिंदगी है देख रहे हैं ना आप लोग सब कोई। लेकिन सरकार यहाँ पे कुंभकर्णी सरकार सोई हुई है। उसको तो बिहार में जो बाढ़ का आपदा घोषित करना चाहिए, राष्ट्रीय आपदा घोषित करना चाहिए और मुआवजा देना चाहिए। जो भी बाढ़ में हमारे बच्चों की जिसकी मौत हुई है उसको भी मुआवजा देना चाहिए, सरकारी मुआवजा। तो सरकार से हमारी मांग है कि बाढ़ को राष्ट्रीय आपदा घोषित किया जाए और तत्काल उनको तुरंत सेवा मुहैया कराना चाहिए। कुंभकर्णी सरकार है, सोई हुई है। जब निद्रा से उठेंगी तब ना, कब निद्रा से कब उठेंगी? इलेक्शन के टाइम में उठेंगे लोग, तो उस समय क्या फायदा? भैया अपना काम करिए ना, काम करिए तब वोट मांगने जाइएगा। जैसे अभी सोए हुए हैं आपदा में, वैसे सोए रहिए आप।
The BJP suspended 3 of its leaders on Saturday after they were found involved in anti-party activities ahead of the third phase of polling in Jammu and Kashmir. The names of the leaders are Amit Sharma, DDC Majalta, Prakshit Singh, DDC Jaganu and Swarn Singh Rathore. District Vice President Udhampur, in a letter dated September 28, BJP State Working President Satpal Sharma said, on the basis of the recommendation of the disciplinary committee, they are hereby suspended from the Bharatiya Janata Party for their anti-party activities during the ongoing elections, for which they have already been served a show cause notice. This order comes into immediate effect. Earlier, Prime Minister Narendra Modi hit out against the Congress in his election rally in Jammu and Kashmir and spoke of the 2016 surgical strikes and the robust response of his government against those trying to create trouble in the country. Addressing a rally in Jammu, Prime Minister Modi referred to the surgical strikes carried out by the Indian Army in 2016 on terror launch pads across line of control after a terrorist strike in Uri, and said that the action gave out a message about New India. The Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has expressed Russia's support for India and Brazil's bid for a permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council. In his address at the 79th United Nations General Assembly, he stressed that a fairer world order requires the expansion of the representation of the Global South in the UNSC. He said Russia supports the position in favor of the candidacies of Brazil and India, while at the same time taking a positive decision on the well-known initiatives of the African Union. However, he said there cannot be additional seats for Western countries who are already excessively overrepresented within the Security Council. Notably, India has long sought a permanent seat in the Security Council to better represent the interests of the developing world. The nation's quest has gained momentum with support from the international community. Early on Friday, Bhutan Prime Minister Tshering Topgay voiced support for India's bid for a permanent seat on the UNSC.
In the discussion that has begun in the UN as well as in other platforms, with a fairer world order undoubtedly requires the expansion of the representation of the Global South in the UN Security Council. We support our position in favor of the candidacies of Brazil and India, while at the same time taking a positive decision on the well-known initiatives of the African Union. However, of course, we cannot even talk about any additional seats for Western countries who are already excessively overrepresented within the Security Council. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, May next year we will mark the 80th anniversary of the victory in the Second World War, during which the genocidal policy of the Third Reich killed.
We'll now take a short break.
HIV doesn't discriminate. It can affect you, me, anyone. HIV prevention depends on all of us.
Welcome back after the break. Let's have a look at more news. The terror group Hezbollah has officially acknowledged the death of its leader Hassan Nasrallah following Israeli strikes on Beirut, according to a report by CNN. Hezbollah said on Saturday that its leader Nasrallah has joined his fellow martyrs. The group also vowed that it would continue the holy war against the enemy and its support of Palestine, Al Jazeera reported. The Israeli Defense Forces launched precision strikes on the Lebanese capital of Beirut on Friday, which led to the death of Nasrallah. Lebanon's health ministry reported that the airstrikes targeting Hassan Nasrallah resulted in civilian casualties, with at least 6 people killed and dozens injured. Meanwhile, Lebanon launched an attack on Israeli territory following the assassination of its leader Nasrallah. In a post on X, the IDF said that sirens sounded in the area of Jerusalem following a launch from Lebanon into Israeli territory. Lebanon's health ministry reported that Israeli strikes claimed 33 lives and injured 195 others on Saturday. The strikes have come in densely populated areas, reducing residential buildings to rubble, CNN reported. IDF on Saturday confirmed the killings of Hassan Nasrallah in the airstrikes carried out by the Israeli military in Beirut. In a statement, the IDF said that Hassan Nasrallah will no longer be able to terrorize the world. Nasrallah was targeted at Hezbollah's main headquarters in the southern suburbs of Beirut, a Hezbollah stronghold known as Dahiyeh, on Friday. The headquarters is underground beneath residential buildings in the Dahiyeh, according to the IDF. Following the death of Nasrallah, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu issued a warning to Iran's Ayatollah regime. The Israeli leader assured that those who target Israel will face consequences and that no location in Iran or the Middle East is beyond Israel's reach. The Israel Defense Forces have eliminated senior Hezbollah intelligence leader Hassan Khalil Yassin in an additional precision strike in the Dahiyeh district in Beirut on Saturday, the military reported, according to a report by Jerusalem Post. Yassin stood at the head of a department responsible for the identification of civilian and military targets on the northern border and deep within Israeli territory, the IDF said. The IDF claimed that Yassin collaborated with all of Hezbollah's offensive units and was personally involved in the planning of terror attacks that were executed during the war against Israeli civilians and soldiers. It added that Yassin planned additional attacks to be carried out in the coming days. Twin bomb blasts rocked Mogadishu and the Middle Shabelle region of Somalia on Saturday. As per police reports, at least 6 people lost their lives and 10 others were injured in the deadly explosions. According to a report by Voice of America, the blasts occurred in 2 separate locations, one near National Theatre in Mogadishu, about a kilometer from the President's office, and another in a livestock market in Jowhar City. A tragedy also struck Jowhar City in Somalia's Middle Shabelle region when a bomb detonated at a livestock market, claiming the life of civilians and leaving 3 others injured. Jowhar Police Commissioner Bashir Hassan had said so. It was not immediately clear who had carried out the attacks. However, the Islamist militant group Al-Shabaab is known for conducting bombings and gun attacks in Mogadishu, according to VOA. That is all we have for now. For more news and updates, keep watching Hornbill TV.